Hello all, welcome back to another video from Let's DevOps. In today's video, we are going to look into Jenkins agents. There are two types of agents that Jenkins possesses. One is the built-in agent, and then the other way is to configure the Jenkins agent on a specific machine to execute your pipelines on that or jobs in that particular machine. Uh, Not just that, how do you set up an agent? How do you run it manually? Or how do you create a customized shell script to execute it? Or if you want it to be configured as a systemd service, how do you do it? Is what we will be looking into this video. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Now, I have my Jenkins instance in here. So let's quickly log into our instance. Right. If you go to the dashboard on the left side to manage Jenkins, you can see something called as notes. You hit that and it takes you to this notes page where you can see a built-in node, and then this one was created by me for practice, but I'll show you how you create a new one. Now, what's this built-in node? If when you install your Jenkins at first, you don't have any custom nodes or custom agents created, so all of your jobs, all of your pipelines that you configure will be running on this built-in node. Now, where is this built-in node sitting on? If I get into it, it very clearly says that this is the Jenkins controller's built-in node. Builds running on this node will be executed on the same system and as the same user as that of the Jenkins controller. So in simple words, all these jobs that are using the built-in node to get triggered will be executed on the same machine where the actual Jenkins is installed. Again, it is not recommended to run all of your jobs on this built-in node, and it is only recommended to allow a few special jobs to be able to run on this built-in node. What are those special jobs? For example, if you want to take a backup of the Jenkins instance, then you use the built-in node. Or let's say you want to use some kind of a monitoring to fetch the master Jenkins logs, then you run it across this node. Right. Now, how do I create a agent? Let's say I have a machine. In the case of a cloud world, you can spin up multiple EC2 instances in the case of AWS, and then use one of the machines as your agent. And again, not just one agent, you could have multiple agents. So in huge projects, there would be probably an agent per project. So there you are talking about 50, 60 agents. But how do I create a new agent and configure it for a specific instance? Now, we, as you know, have a Ubuntu machine running on our Windows machine via WSL. And let's assume that we want the agent to be installed on this machine. What do we do? Here you see something called as new node. I click on it. I give it a name, Karthik's agent. I want it to be a permanent agent. Yes, let's create. And number of executors. So how many jobs can run parallelly? There could be one agent per project, but the project could have like 10 repositories. Each repository could trigger a pipeline. Then how many parallel executors do we allow? How many jobs do we allow at a time? For example, if you have 10 projects, I would probably set it as 3, but there's no hard rule as such. So for now, I'm just leaving it as 1. Remote root directory, you just need a root directory, and if you do not know what to give as a root directory path, Jenkins itself suggests that you use var Jenkins as your absolute path, and so on. You can also, if you don't like var Jenkins as your root directory, you could also go in for a relative path, something like this. Right. Then comes the label. Label is a short tag or a name given for the actual agent. So though my agent name is called Karthik's agent, I could give it a nickname, something like SK, just for the sake of giving it a nickname. Also, it has significance because when we are going to the Jenkins file, the pipeline file which defines all of the pipeline steps, and in the pipeline file we have to mention on which agent does this pipeline have to get executed, and for that we can actually use this label. So we specify the label, and then the job would know that okay, the entire pipeline I need to execute on this agent SK. Right. Otherwise, I leave others pretty much as the default configurations, and I will go ahead and save. Now, the moment I save, you can see a crossbar here, which obviously means that the agent is still not up and running in the machine that it needs to be up. Uh, so only the configuration part is done. Now, how do I map this agent that we just created to the machine on which we want this agent to be up and running? So if I get into this, it very clearly gives me a good set of uh, curl command to execute, which will then make my agent up and running. Uh, just to quickly explain, since ours is an Unix OS, we have to pick this command, and let's quickly walk through. Using curl, we are jumping into the Jenkins instance and getting the agent.jar. And once we have the agent.jar, we are actually running it, running the jar file with the Java command. Ensure that you know where your Java is if it's not added to the system path. Using Java, you run the agent and you run it across the Jenkins URL. There is a secret to establish the authentication between the agent and the master Jenkins server, and that's available in here. And followed by the name of the agent, Karthik's agent, and then a work directory. That's pretty much it. Now, if I go ahead and execute this command on my machine, this agent will be up and running. Let's give it a try. I come to my local. What I do is I copy this once again. I paste. I need the working directory, so I copy this and enter. Boom! There you see, it downloaded the agent.jar, and then it will go ahead and start the agent. And once it's finally started up and running, you can see something called as connected. If I jump back quickly to my notes, the X bar is gone, and then I have my Karthik's agent up and running. Perfect. Now that's not it yet. If I go back, let's stop this agent, come back, refresh, gone. The agent is again offline, so which means it's down. This is one way you find whether your agent is online, offline, good, bad. Uh, this is how you get the status. In fact, you can go down to this legend and read what each of the symbol means. Right. Now, ls, you see that the agent.jar was actually downloaded, and it is across this agent.jar that every time it is going to bring the agent up and down. Fine. Now, this was a manual way. Now, what if I want to automate this? I don't want to always copy this command and then execute it on the terminal manually. Can I come up with a custom script that I just hit the script and then it brings my agent up and running? Yes, you can do something like it. Let me show what I've done. There is something called as a Jenkins agent.sh script that I've created. Let's not run it. I want it very quickly. Let me run through this shell script. We are first capturing all of the variables that is required. You need the Jenkins URL, you need the agent location, you need the secret, you need the name of the agent. It's Ubuntu local because this is for the other agent that I created, not this one. And then you need a working directory, which I use a default var Jenkins. If the working directory does not exist, then I go ahead and create a working directory. First step. Second step, I also check if my agent exists. If it's existing, all good. I proceed with execution of the command. If it doesn't exist, then I use a curl command to get the agent from my Jenkins URL and then put it into this location from where I'm executing the script. That's the second part. Finally, once all of the pieces are ready, I go ahead and start the Jenkins agent by framing the command which we just saw. Additionally, I'm just doing a couple more things. I use nohub because I don't want it to start in an interactive mode. I want to start the agent as a background process. So I use nohub. And nohub generally, when you start, it also keeps writing the output to your standard output. That also stays on the interactive screen. So to do that, to remove that and keep it completely on the background, I'm also making sure that it is writing the complete nohub logs to something like an agent log on the same location where I have the script and the agent.jar. That's pretty much it. Now, if you write something like this, so every time you open your local environment and you want to run the bring the agent online, you don't have to go and keep in search of the entire command. Instead, you just run agent.sh Starting Jenkins agent started successfully, clean, good. If I go here, my other agent should also be now up and running. So Ubuntu local is now down. If I give a refresh, boom, it's up. Finally, is this the best way? In my opinion, no. This is just a tool to kind of automate your process, a handy script. But if you ask the real way how it is generally configured in companies and organizations, generally these agents are configured as system D services. Uh, let's also quickly look into how you can configure this as a system D service, and then you enable it so that every time you start the Ubuntu instance, by default your agent is also up and running. To do that, you just need to create a systemd script, service script, and you find that in, let me show you, right. So you need to create a Jenkins agent on service file under etc systemd system. That is where you create all of the services. Uh, okay. And what does it have? It has the pretty default system service configurations. You have a description for what the service is. You have after network.target. So basically, once your Ubuntu environment is coming up, all of the default networking services needs to be up, and only then you want this service of yours to come up. So you specify after network target, and then you specify a working directory where which we generally used in the other command. So you give a working directory. More importantly, it's this piece that you need to know, the exec start, the command that is needed to start the service, which is nothing but the same command that we saw a little while ago without the curl. You don't need the agent.jar. You basically assume that the agent.jar is already curled and then sitting in home sk Jenkins. Post that, you run this exec start command. So pretty much the same command with all of the secret and Jenkins URL and stuff. And then you give restart always, just in case the service goes down for some reason, network issues, whatever, it again has to try and restart and come up online. Restart sec 10 seconds. As it clearly says, wait for 10 seconds before trying another restart. Pretty standard stuff. All of these are, most of the services have these default configurations. Right, once you create this file, you need to do something called as a daemon reload. So it's with this command. Yep, sudo systemctl daemon reload. This service is configured as a root service, and then you give sudo systemctl daemon reload so that the configuration takes effect. Enter. Then you give a start and then the service. So sudo systemctl start Jenkins agent. Enter. You don't see anything, but if you check for the status quickly, you see status is active, logs look good, and one final check to see if my agent is up and running. Oh, it's for the Ubuntu local, right? Maybe let's stop it first. Let's stop. Let's do a refresh. Maybe because we ran it manually, it's already running. What I will do is sh. I also have a stop Jenkins agent.sh. I will stop it. Yep, good. Ubuntu local is stopped. Now I would like to start, check quickly for the status, active, running, and then I go in here and refresh. Ubuntu local looks good. That's pretty much it I had for this session. I know it's there are a lot of things we spoke in today's session, but I just wanted to finish all of these topics together in one video, everything pertaining to the Jenkins agent. If you like the video, please like, share, and do subscribe. Also, if you feel my content is good, please share it with your friends who are also interested in DevOps, DevSecOps content. Until next time, see you all. Take care. Bye bye. Have a nice rest of the day.